In our 10th week on our winter tour of 16 cities across America. And Brian Voss, now with 2 victories, goes against the tournament leader, George Branham III.
Voss's track record just fabulous when he gets rolling. He's 12-1 in his last 4 appearances in the championship round.
A 4-pin.
And he has averaged 250, 250 today. His opponent's just 215. However, he gives George Branham III a little time to breathe as he doesn't start with a strike. Branham's going to have all he can handle in this match. He has to be aggressive.
All right. Today, our first look at George Branham III. Voss can rest. George is 5'10", 170, 30 years old, twice champion, 9-year PBA career. An 8-pin.
George with just a terrific style, very similar to Voss's, except he uses more wrist action. George, a very powerful man, lifts weights quite a bit. See how his wrist is in this position? I love this angle. See everything in perfect position. That shoulder open very slightly, steady head right on target, and forces that ball a little bit to target. Good shot.
So a pair of spares here in our championship match.
Branham, a very conventional player, very contemporary style. Right in this area, right here, if you're around the 3rd arrow, good straight swing, wrist action, and watch him go straight to the target with his arm.
Powerful strike. Now Brian Voss. 2 victories. Spare, second frame. So that was a definitive answer by Brian Voss.
All even through 2. Voss, the all-services champion in 1979 and 1980. Spent 4 years in Germany. Has tremendous international experience. And I went on 20 days of exhibition with him one time, Chris. And we bowled in more than 30 different bowling centers, and he averaged 232 for the whole month. This guy can hit everything. Right now, he's dead tied in the championship match, as things just didn't feel right.
Over there. Sorry.
Don't be sorry.
Well, what it was is we have Walter Ray, the king of the hill, practicing on the side, and it was so quiet in here, the ball returned off to the side, just kind of broke his concentration. Good move to stop in the middle of the approach.
6, 9.
Terrible shot.
Also a very tough spare, the 3, 6, 9, 10. Got to have the ball in this area to drive out the 9 and the 10. Make sure you don't chop the 3 off the 6. Brian had this shot once before and converted it on this lane.
Everything dancing around the 10-pin.
Wow, the first chink in the armor is Voss is soft on both shots. He's soft on the first ball, it drifts high. He's tentative and slower speed on this shot, and he gives George Branham a tremendous opening here in the early going.
And I'm sure stopping as he didn't help that last frame for Brian.
No, but George Branham III got just a horrible break when he really could have jumped on top there. He spun that 10-pin completely around. The 6 hit the center of the belly, spun it around, didn't quite get the desired result.
Seemed to hurry it a little bit as we look at George's wife, Jackie. George Branham III spent the first 7 weeks of the season in a slump, but he's made some positive adjustments in recent weeks.
Well, 2 weeks ago, I was practicing in practice session, and Randy Peterson spotted some things I was doing wrong. I was kind of opening my shoulders up, and my swing was crossing my body. So we went to another bowling center and practiced for about 2 hours on correcting that, and I made the show last week and finished third. That definitely helped me win.
Third last week in Erie with strikes like that, and today is all week tournament leader now today. So we're in Baltimore. Walter's Art Gallery houses thousands of art objects, but right now it's conducting a special exhibit of French impressionist Albert Sisley.
Title's still up for grabs. Back to you.
Brian on that pesky left lane. Another 10-pin. He really wanted to double. Let's watch his reaction. Look confident. It'll take the wind out of your sails. A lot of speed cross lane. Marks with a spare now. George Branham III is up. His last win was the AC Delco in 1987 in Union City.
The full grip of George Branham, holds that ball in the palm of the hand, balances it with the index finger, and snaps that wrist.
2, 4, and 5.
And the one thing that George knows that he cannot do is let his hand go over the top of the ball. He's such a strong wrist player. He doesn't want to turn the ball with his fingers. And that time he went over the top. Now he needs to get the ball between the 2 and 5, take out the 4. With the spare, he'd maintain a 12-pin lead. If he misses, we're tied.
And of course, the winner of the Baltimore Open Championship will bowl the new king of the hill, to whom Bo just talked, Walter Ray Williams, Jr.
Branham, consistent player, Chris, 21 of 27 cashes last year, but he has been without a win for 6 years. He's ready.
Voss, spare up. 6th frame of the